internationally, there are two neighborhoods or two communities that everyone knows, one being Hollywood and the other being Harlem, the two H's. And in Upper Manhattan, Washington Heights and Inwood is as iconic in Upper Manhattan as you get. There are many things, wonderful things to do in Upper Manhattan. First, Upper Manhattan is noted for its greenery. We have many parks. Folks like to hike in the parks, picnics. There's sailing. There's many historic attractions. We have the George Washington Bridge. We have the Morris-Jumel Mansion, which was the inspiration for Hamilton, the play. Come visit Upper Manhattan. Come visit Washington Heights and Inwood. Come spend your dollars here and find out where everyone else has already known that this is the place to be.
It really is important that all New Yorkers have access to health care. Life in New York requires a lot of energy to be successful. Whether you're a child going to school or a hardworking parent, you need to have quality health care so you can get on with other aspects of your life. We do know that 40% of the children in the 13th are under the poverty line, for instance. So these are children who are dependent on programs like Medicaid and CHIP. We need to make sure that those children have access to quality care, and that shouldn't be dependent upon where you live or how much money you have.
The reality is that the majority of people in this city can't afford affordable housing. If you make minimum wage, you'd have to work, I think it's 120 hours a week. What's defined as affordable housing by the government is a federal formula that averages out the area median income. The area median income includes wealthy suburbs like Westchester County, so that the average income is way high. $30,000 in rent a year would be considered affordable, and here in East Harlem, we don't make that kind of money. We're basically going to be gentrified.
To make sure that, for instance, the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, is really as strong as it needs to be, and that attempts to undercut the program to take away those benefits aren't really successful because they're very, very meaningful. Other access barriers that prevent folks from getting the health care they need can be things like transportation. A family with a single mom, by the time she gets home from work, a lot of the healthcare facilities aren't available. They aren't open. You know, we really do need to factor in things like transportation in order to get to a facility to provide health care access for their child.
Every community that has ever been rezoned has been gentrified. The mayor has decided to focus on 14 communities of color, low-income communities of color to rezone, and we think that that's racist and it's a civil rights issue. So we're fighting the rezoning. At the same time, we're proposing sustainable alternatives like community land trust. We have more than enough units to house every single person in this city and more. We have the solutions. We don't need a magic wand. We just need a shift in priorities and funding.